Welcome to the Mishawaka Business Podcast, where we put local legends and businesses in the spotlight for everyone in our area to see. If you love small businesses and success stories, then you're in the right place. You're listening to the Mishawaka Business Podcast with your friends, hosts, and owners of industrial office cleaning right here in Mishawaka, Caitlin and Alonzo Perdomo.
Yeah, because I this is the way that I probably think, like I have this parking lot, I'm going to push the roll. There's no to the roll because this is going to come the big car and push it away because I'm thinking I'm doing something good, but it's something bad because, hey, it's stressing the truck and it's getting more work. But yeah, I think it's really helpful. Yeah, just contact the city to ask for information because we don't know. We're just trying to do our best into our knowledge. So, and you guys are the experts. So.
Well, and again, we're just trying to help everybody. So there's nothing worse than if you push your snow out into the street and then it ends up in the neighbor's driveway too. So the neighbors aren't going to be your big friend either. So
yeah, they're going to be like, what do you do that for? But okay. So what else up there that you deal with the county? What is it besides the roads, besides the parking and all that?
So a large part of what our office does and what my group does is works with businesses that again want to grow or looking for workers or maybe they need some help in these times with finding workers that have certain qualifications or things. So we do a lot of work with the Chamber of Commerce here in town. They do a lot with workforce development. We've got a lot of business partners that help us with financing. So, there's some projects that maybe you have a small project and you need financing and maybe the bank doesn't want to do the whole project. And so we can send you over to our financing partners to help do some of the gap financing. So lots of different things. Unfortunately, sometimes the government has lots of rules. And so, I want to put up a fence or I want to, expand my parking lots or I want to do this or I want to do that. Well, that always requires you to go through some processes down here at the county city building. And but one of the things we try to do is make it as easy as possible. So, if you have a business out in the county that's on well and septic and you have issues with your well and septic, we've got a health department that's pretty good to deal with. And, if it's you want to grow the business or you want to do things like that, we can help you walk through some of the steps to get you into a position where you can do that.
Well, let me ask you two questions before I forget. Where do you guys, where can the guy, if he's struggling to find people to work for them, where can they go to so you guys can help them to look for workers?
Certainly. So right now we send a lot of people over to the South Bend Regional Chamber of Commerce, and the Chamber of Commerce, which is located downtown, has a lot of different workforce programs. And so if you're looking for specific skilled workers, or if you need a welder, or you need a certain type of mechanic, or you need somebody with this skill, they've got a lot of connections through Work One and through some of the other work agencies that can help get you into the right group of people. So workforce development is really our biggest issue right now. Unemployment is, while we still have some unemployment, it's getting lower by the week. A lot of people that live in the county work over in Elkhart County, at some of the factories over there. So, we're always trying to find workers and we're always trying to find people that that can work. As a business owner, the one thing you want is you want people to come to work every day. You want them to come to work ready to work, and you want them to come on time to work. So, work ethic too is sometimes a challenge, but we can put you in contact with different groups that can help find workforce.
Awesome. So the other question that I have in mind, you say you guys help develop a plan to grow their business. How does that work?
So, for example, you've got a business and maybe you're making widgets or making some kind of tool and die product or something like that, but you're running out of space. So sometimes it's helping you find a new building that meets your needs, or maybe you need to expand your building, or maybe you make so many parts and products that you need to store it. So you need to put up a storage building or something like that. We can help you get all the approvals that you need to do that, or help talk you through the process. And And so we do a lot of work with the Small Business Development Corporation, and they help with, so a lot of smaller businesses sometimes just need somebody to talk to. This is what I do. I know my business well, but I don't know how to grow my business. How do I make to the next step? And so they have business mentoring, and they have other business resources that can help smaller businesses, figure out those next steps. We do a lot of work with big businesses too. They want to, add a new product line, or they want to bring in workforce, or they need, maybe they need engineers. They're doing something with high technology, or they need a broadband connection, or, a fiber connection to their building. So there are different things like that we can do too. Utility connections and coordination. We do a lot of work on all sorts of those kind of things.
Wow. And you mentioned that the small business needs a mentor. And I agree with you 100%, because doesn't matter how old you are, how long you've been in business, or how long you've been doing whatever you do in your profession, you always have to have that mentor, somebody to talk to, somebody to kind of see the different point of views. So it's very powerful that if you there are people like think like, oh, I'm already know everything, and we never know everything.
Well, and everybody has that friend that says, well, I'm going to start a restaurant. And, they start a restaurant and they realize they have to be the cook and the guy that washes the dishes and the person that seats the people. And then they realize that, man, I'm starting a restaurant, but I'm here from 9 a.m. till 9 p.m. And boy, this isn't any fun. And so sometimes, when you have people that know what they're doing or have done it before, they can really help take away some of those hurdles and really help you understand, how to maximize your business opportunity.
Yeah, because if you don't have those in place, it's really a headache, and I'm losing my hair. I don't know why, but to develop plans, do you guys have anybody that can help also the business? You mentioned that, right? To develop plan business for the business. So how does that work? I mean,
so, if you've got a business, so if you're looking to start a business, there's different community groups here that can help you start a business. If you have a business, there's a whole different set of group of businesses or of organizations that can help you grow your business. So one of the things that we really are lucky in this community is we've got a lot of businesses that have started from the ground up and have worked their way through the process. And we've got lots of people that, and lots of not only government, but non-government groups that do a lot of that kind of work. So we can help. And, one of the things certainly is we've grown different types of businesses and different sectors. So as we have a lot of people that move into the area, maybe it's, it's amazing. I worked for the city of South Bend for 10 years, and to see the change on Western Avenue, for example, you've got lots of small mom and pop businesses, a lot of restaurants, a lot of shops, some of the best ice cream in town over there and West. But, so we've got some very specialized cultural districts too. So, we've just got a lot of resources in this community, and in a lot of cases, you just have to ask. And we're a good place to start, or again, our good friends over at the chamber are always happy to help and get people pointed in the right direction. Because the more people we have working in the same direction and going forward and growing the community, the better community it's going to be. So we just want to see everybody succeed.
That is fantastic work that you guys are doing up there, because I always hear the county, and I never thought that you guys had to deal with a lot of stuff behind the scene, like planning, pushing, helping businesses and all that. And you never think about that because you just think like it's the county. Well, it's a lot of that you guys handle. So thank you for that. So with this, is anything else that you want to throw up there for the business that they can get benefit from you and call you, getting help?
Certainly. So one of the things, and I don't know how many of your listeners or viewers are in the restaurant business, but one of the things that really has been a challenge during this pandemic are all the changes that restaurants have to do. You used to be able to go in and sit down and have a nice meal, but now you can only have so many people in the restaurant, or some of the restaurants are going to carry out business, or you've had to do all sorts of changes. So the Chamber of Commerce in the city of South Bend and the county are all partnering on a grant program. And so if you're in the city limits, there's a $2,000 max limit for restaurants to help buy supplies or help buy different equipment so that the businesses can stay in business. The county is going to run a similar program. I think our limit may be a little higher than 2,000. So if you're a locally owned restaurant and you've had some challenges, there's no requirement other than you have to be in business and you have to be locally owned to apply for that money. And then it's, again, like I say, in the city, it's $2,000. They'll write you a check. You got to show them what you've spent the money on. They'll write you a check to help you cover some of those costs. So right now, that's not many people giving away free money with no strings, but it's we want to see businesses succeed. So again, if you have any questions, the South Bend Regional Chamber, and they're the starting point for that. So you'll start to see more news about that here in the next week or so. Those programs.
Oh wow, that's a lot of information, guys. Thank you so much for all this information. I'm just going to ask you 3 more questions and 6 altogether. Not to lie. So, what is your favorite restaurant to go?
Favorite restaurant here in town?
Yeah.
I'm pretty partial. We've got 3 that we really like. We're big fans of Wings, etc. I think they get some of the best chicken wings in town. Burnaby's Pizza is always one of the favorites. Hacienda is born and raised on Hacienda. I think I've got fried rice growing out of in my bloodstream sometimes. So those would be the big 3, and certainly in the summer, Bonnie Dunes ice cream is one of those too. But sometimes here in the office, we'll sneak away to lunch, go over to different places on Western Avenue, and get street tacos or go get different things and go try that, or we'll go down to the small towns and down to Leo's and Lakeville or some of the small little restaurants down Walkerton. And man, there's great food everywhere in this county. It's hard to pick just 3. So thanks for putting me on the spot. I appreciate that.
I'm sorry.
As a guy that likes to eat, it's tough to settle on this one thing. So
you never know when they're going to see you and say, oh, I know him. I can ask him questions directly right here. Well, okay. So and the other question is what is your favorite book to read or recommend to people to read?
I hate to say that I don't read a lot anymore. I went to law school when I was 35 and I had to read pretty solid for 5 years. But, the book I just finished a couple of weeks ago was The Art of the Deal by Donald Trump.
Okay.
It was one of those that I happened to be laying around on a shelf, and I said, well, let's read that. So, but obviously, and love him or hate him as the president, but he certainly had some different business ways of doing things. And so that was kind of an interesting book. So that's probably the most recent book I've read. So,
and I just got it too. I had to read it. I was going to ask you, how was it? Because I want to read it too. I just get a lot of stuff, but I have it. So I'm going to read it.
It's a good one. It's obviously he thinks a lot of himself, but it's a good book. So
awesome. The other question, what do you do in your spare time, your hobby?
When I have it. So I've got 2 kids. So we do a lot with sports and stuff here locally. We pretty active with church on Sundays and throughout the week. But sometimes it's just nice to go to the park and play ball or use some of our walking trails. That we live over in Mishawaka, so the Mishawaka River Walk is kind of nice. Plus, there's a Jack's Donuts right down by the River Walk. So when being a guy that likes donuts, sometimes I just stay at the donut shop while everybody else goes out. But we've got so many things to do here. My favorite thing to do in the summer is go to the ballpark and watch the South Bend Cubs. I worked there for years in high school and college, and I don't think there's a better place in the summer to go than there, or even the zoo, or again, lots of great things to do here in the community.
Awesome. Okay, the other 3 questions is 3 things you can tell to the business area wise, 3 things that they don't have to make a mistake to come into the county, how they can get better in what they offering, or what not to do to fall in something really bad.
So the one thing I always just encourage all businesses to do is, before you do something, just call and ask, because it's so much easier to ask and get help to get through the process than do it and then get in trouble. And so whether it's a restaurant and you need some kind of restaurant permit, or whether you're building something onto your business, or even at your house, sometimes, making sure you get permits, it's just easier to ask and call. You don't have to give us your name, but just ask. That's the easiest thing. The second thing is, know that our goal here is to help you. So, It's not to be negative or to be against you. We want to see the county grow. We want you to grow. If you have a business, we want you to grow and hire more people and do the best. So anything we can do to help, that's our job. And I guess the third thing is, the one thing we've really tried to do here in the county is to be consistent. So if you come in or the next business owner or the next business owner comes in, our goal is always to be consistent. So you always get the same answer and you always get help. And again, our goal is to help you grow your business. So that's why we're here is to see people succeed.
Awesome. Well, I start my business, and I'm going to say I never went to the county to ask for all this information, but it's really helpful. And now that you say calling us, why simple as that, right? And sometimes we make it so hard. So, well, thank you so much for coming on to the show. And I can't wait to get you again. I'm sorry, I mean, but I can't wait to bring you again and give more information about the county and how things have been changed over the years.
Yep, no, that sounds great. And again, anybody, any of your viewers, listeners has a question, just call the county or look at the county website or give us a call, and we'll be happy to help you.
All right, well, there you go, guys. Bill has a lot of information about the county. I'm sorry. Give me a call if you have any questions, or you're kind of thinking about it and you're like, who that I can contact? There you go. Call the county city building. So don't forget, guys, to share the info up there and help our community to grow.
If you're in the Michiana area and would like to have us put your business or story out there for everyone to hear, sign up at MichianaBusinessPodcast.com. Until next time, thanks for listening.